Welcome to the Hitch List, a podcast for wedding lovers, planners, and party people. I'm your host, Abby, a seasoned event vendor who wants to spill the champagne on what really goes on behind the scenes. From the planning stage to the final send-off, I'm diving into everything events with the industry's most seasoned vets. We'll talk about brides, grooms, planners, parties, vendors, and the wild stuff no one tells you about. Whether you're planning your dream day, you're knee-deep in vendor contracts, or working in the industry, I've got the tips, tea, and timeline talk to keep you sane. This is the Hitch List, where we can plan, party, and celebrate every detail. Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Hitch List. For our guest for today's episode, I have Carlene here with us. She is the owner of Bounce with Style. So it's a little bit of a different vendor type than we've had previously. But Carlene, tell us about yourself, Bounce with Style, how you guys got started, and what you do in the wedding and event world.
So thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
So how we got started was actually my daughter. I was pregnant with her, and I wanted a white bounce house for it was either my gender reveal or my baby shower. I don't know. But I searched high and low for one, like everywhere. Could not find one. It was like 5 hours away, the only person that had one. And, like, the delivery fee was just, like, astronomical. Mm-hmm. So, it's like, okay, well, if I'm looking for this, I'm sure there's somebody else out there that wants a white bounce house, too. So, I told my husband I was buying one. And he was like, you're crazy. No. And I was like, yeah. 2 weeks later, it was at our doorstep. Sorry.
That's so fun. For a gender reveal or
Yeah.
a baby shower?
It was awesome.
I love it. Okay, continue.
Yeah,
sorry.
so, I mean, no, you're good. So, I mean, we were later in life in having kids. Like, all of our other friends had already had kids. So, they were a little bit older. So, I wanted something for them to do.
And you knew you would get value out of it beyond this one party.
Yeah, so I was definitely looking at it more of a business aspect at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to take risks. Like, I'm very, like, shy away from something about being pregnant, though. I'm like, let's risk it all.
I love it.
So,
what did you do before you purchased that?
So I was actually working at Crunch Fitness. I was the general manager at Crunch Fitness, and then my daughter was about 7 months old, and I quit Crunch, and I started running Bounce with Style full time.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so it started with the one white bounce house.
One
it
white.
Came in.
Turned into four bounce houses. Then it turned into, I can do balloons. I do balloons. I can do backdrops. Let's just do it all. So now I do like full on setups, like
all the setups.
Pretty much one stop shop almost. And if I don't have it, I know plenty of vendor friends who do. So
I love it. What was the moment where you were like, okay, balloons, I can do those. I like these.
That was probably the baby shower. Maybe that was the baby
Really?
shower.
All at once.
Yeah, I think my first time I was like, let me try it. So I watched a few videos, trying to learn the process, and I thought it turned out great. Looking back, it was rough.
Aren't we all that way, though?
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But now, like, I got my system down. Like, I'm pretty, not to toot my own horn, I think I'm pretty good at it. But
yeah. Well, I see there's lots of, like, educational forums and posts and classes you can do now. And I feel like that has really gained a lot of traction even just in the last couple of years.
Yeah. And the thing that's helped me a lot is definitely, like, the subscriptions that I'm, obviously, you have to pay money for them, but it's worth it. I've learned so many tips and tricks for them.
That the average consumer can't get their hands on.
Correct. Yeah. And I think that's what makes me stands out from others, too.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So what, trying to think how to phrase it, I guess. There are lots of misconceptions about balloons, especially balloon artists. Mm-hmm. How did you figure out what products you did want to use, what products you didn't want to use? I mean, is that just trial and error?
Definitely quality products. There's a big difference. Once you start messing with, like, Amazon balloons and then, like, the higher quality products, big difference.
You can feel it.
It'll definitely, like, it's your technique, too. Mm-hmm. Like, big difference.
And so maybe that is one of the...
I think that's a lot that I guess, like, the clientele doesn't really see. They don't understand. Like, oh, I could just buy this pack off of Amazon because they show this pretty picture on, on Amazon. Oh, I can just do it with these balloons. I can't even do it with those balloons, okay?
Right.
Like, there's a big difference in quality.
Techniques that you... Yeah. Okay, yeah, you pay for this subscription, and it gives you lots of valuable tips and tricks. If you dig deep enough on YouTube, I'm sure you could find the same one, so the client sees. But I can string them together on the fishing line or the 260s or whatever the case may be, and buy the extra special hooks that go on the wall or the all the methods that they talk about. I can do that. So let me go buy the Amazon product and try to use it, use those techniques on the Amazon product, but they're not also understanding that the person that is using these techniques is using a quality product, and so that's why that technique works.
Yes, correct. Big difference.
Because I've fallen victim to it before. I get it now after the first couple of tries with doing an Amazon pack of balloons. But so clients have this perception of, oh, can I buy it off of Amazon? I'm sure you get that question a lot.
I do.
Can I buy it?
Can I already have the balloons? Do you mind installing it for me? Unfortunately, I cannot. I value my work and my ethic, and I'm not going to give you the same, product or quality work using those type of balloons. I only use my high quality balloons.
Yeah. So how do you handle, when you have a client that is that way? Like, what is your typical process, or what is your booking process? How do you
that's typically what I tell them, and it's giving them like a scenario, and they typically understand. They're like, oh, I completely understand, I'll go with you, that's fine, I could just return the balloons. So typically it's not an issue. And then, like, booking wise, everybody gets a questionnaire form. So it's black and white, it's very straightforward, seeing what they're expecting at their party, party time, etc., and what they need. That way, like, that process is out of the way. I don't have to do it. Like, it's already in the system, it's done. I just have to give them the basic, okay, this is what you're looking for, this is X, Y, and Z, we have this option, which one works for you?
Okay. And so what's your favorite part of the business as a whole, I guess? Do you like the bounce houses more? Do you like the balloons more? Do you like the setups? Do you like the backdrops?
The balloons and backdrops have to be my fave because I get creative freedom. It started with the white bounce houses. I still love my bounce houses. But the balloons let me be so creative. I just did one yesterday. Oh, it was so pretty. It was a theme I've never even heard of. Maylag? It's like this little mouse character. I don't know. I've never even heard of them. It's a French little mouse. Okay. But it was so pretty. I loved it. It was great.
That's so much fun. Yes, I love the creative freedom for sure. And so you do a lot of birthdays.
First birthdays is like top notch. So the white bounce house, the reason why they came out with a white one was for weddings. Like, that was the purpose of it. I occasionally, yes, we still do weddings here and there, but like first birthdays have taken over. But I've also done, like, we do a lot of cotillions. We do high schools. I did a 60th birthday. She wanted to feel like a kid again. I said, yes, I'm here for it.
No way.
Yes.
60th birthday.
Yeah,
she wanted
to feel like a kid again. I said, yes, ma'am.
That is fun. So that's the ideal clients for your market are those that...
Younger generation, for sure.
The younger generation, but the ones that have that little extra wiggle room in their budget to add those fun...
Yes.
Experience vendors.
Yeah.
So, like, when I'm... searching for vendors for clients, and we're trying to figure out exactly what they do need and they don't need. You obviously, for weddings specifically, you have your venue, your photographer, your entertainment, catering, bakery, officiant, your main ones that are your traditional wedding. And then maybe a couple of extra, a photo booth rental or linen rental, some that you may not necessarily have to have, live painter, and then your third tier, which is the fun.
Yeah.
The
things you don't think about. Like,
yes.
You wouldn't think of a bounce house at a wedding. No. You wouldn't think of an ice cream cart at a wedding.
Ice cream
These
cart.
Things are definitely, like, not thought of in the wedding industry, but it's like when you attend a wedding, you're like,
when
wow.
you see it, it is the wow factor.
Yeah.
And it sticks more in those guests' brains.
Yes.
It's
the one thing they're going to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. And I always, obviously, budgeting is a big part of my job for clients.
Yep.
And I'm like, if there's anything in there, like, what is going to personalize the wedding or the event to you?
Yeah.
Like, if your guests know that you love ice cream, or your first date was at an ice cream shop,
yeah.
like, yeah, do the ice cream truck or do the ice cream cart. Like, add the things that personalize it and make it your own. What's been your most fun theme ever?
Oh my gosh, it's a hard one.
Sorry, it just popped into my head.
I don't know. My daughter's was really fun. The carnival one. She still talks about it to this day. She'll be 4 in March, and she still talks about her 3rd birthday carnival. It was just so cute, so fun.
Honestly, that's super interesting. My most fun event that we have ever done was a carnival birthday.
Really?
And I don't advertise with it often at all because it was when I was first starting out, and now
I don't think I've seen it yet. I want to see it.
Well, when you look back on it, you're like, ooh. But I had a blast coming up with it. I would love to do one now with the knowledge
that you have,
experience that I have now. And also, it rained, so our original plan completely was out the window. That was, obviously, you learn something new at every event. That was first really big event, and that happened, so it was crazy. But anyway, yes, that's one of my favorite themes that I've ever been able to do. And the our first bakery that we've had here on the podcast, Lacey Cakes, her most favorite cake she's ever made that she shared with us on that episode was a carnival.
Oh, carnival's a thing, man.
Cake. I think that it's
just fun.
It's
fun, so fun.
It's easy.
It's colorful.
Straightforward.
It's creative. There's so many things you can do. Like, so many activities you can do.
Yes. That was what I had the most fun doing. Because she wanted a full-on carnival. Like, she wanted all the little games that all the kids could go to each booth and play, and figuring out how to make that work. It was
the creativity is, like, through the roof for that one. It's fun.
Another one that I love that y'all have done is actually a bride of mine. They were the couple I've had on the show as well.
Oh, you're talking about Savannah? Yeah.
Their pizza.
Yes.
They had a pizza bridal shower. I think it's just...
That was such a cute theme.
Yes.
Like, this is so simple and cute. Yeah, that was fun.
That's a fun one.
She's so sweet.
She is. Awesome. You need to go listen to their episode. They were fun. I brought them on.
Definitely will.
Pizza. And then one that I have seen super recently on Pinterest. I was figuring out what theme we were going to go with for a friend's her daughter's 3rd birthday party, and came across, it was a crawfish, it was called an Old Bay.
Like New Orleans style.
And it was like the crawfish and the Old Bay seasoning, but it was for like a 37th birthday. Like, it was something that was just a random number that would apply
to that theme,
for any age. And it was an Old Bay.
That's cute. That's really cute.
It's adorable. And I thought of you guys. I was like, that would be a fun balloon, installation to have, honestly. Okay. So, do you prefer lots of creative freedom, not as much, like the client that knows exactly what they want, what they don't want?
I guess it really depends on the client. Because I'll have some that'll be like, oh, I trust you fully, completely, have fully creative freedom. And obviously I'll do a mock-up. Like, I want their approval before I go on day of, install. And it's like, okay, they wanted that creative freedom, but not really.
They realized they didn't.
They realized they didn't, which is fine. I'm totally fine with. But then I also like the ones that know what they want. Like, I want X, Y, and Z. It's like, okay, I got you. But
that are accurately able to describe what they want.
Yes.
Though. Not
ones.
I want this exact thing, and then you give it to them, and they're like,
that's not what I wanted. Yeah.
And then you do that 15 times.
Yes.
How many renditions of a mock-up will you go through before you're like, no, we're done?
Well, it depends on how large the mock-up is. Like, if they want, completely change of everything, okay, I'm going to maybe do it one more time. But, if it's just, a little tweaks here and there, that's totally fine. That's manageable. But typically 3 is my max. If we're not getting something by 3, then we just need to we need to figure something
There's
out.
some communication.
There's something going on.
Yeah. If I'm missing the mark every time. No, that makes sense. What about when you're booking a client? What are like the ones what are the moments where you're like, okay, this is a bad idea. I need to say no.
I would say the ones that like to bargain.
Okay.
I've had some that like to bargain, which, I mean, I get it, but I'm also a small business too, so yeah.
How do you handle that? I mean, what is that?
So no, unfortunately, you know, I cannot.
The price is the price.
The price is the price. Okay, you know, this is why the price is, because I think the misconception, a lot of people think, oh, they just price it just to price it.
Right.
That's not the case. There's a lot of factors that go in, like insurance, fuel, gas, maintenance. Oh my gosh, the maintenance on our vehicles and like trailer, because I mean we're traveling all over the coast all the time. So like that's a big factor. Supplies, like balloons aren't cheap. They're not these Amazon balloons. They're like high quality balloons, so they're very expensive. I mean, all these factors are played into price, whatever.
Not to mention the time spent.
Oh yeah.
Inflating.
Yeah, my time. I have to charge for my time. So I mean, that's definitely they're just pricing whatever, you know. But,
yeah,
because a lot of people think like, okay, well, yeah, our bounce house may be paid off, but still like I'm paying for insurance on it, which is outrageous.
I can imagine.
Oh my gosh, it's so expensive,
especially with it being like
open?
A recreational.
Yeah, and it's open, so the insurance is higher because it's like not enclosed in, which is, you know, it's just. But
that makes a lot of sense. And I guess if you have a client out the gate that's bargaining, once you give them the breakdown, ideally, like
it's
maybe
more
it's more
they
than
didn't
fishing.
know,
right?
Yeah, it's like they don't have that, like they don't know, they didn't think about it, they don't have that knowledge. So it's more of like,
so once they get that
teaching them and giving them that information, then they're like starting to come into realization, like, okay, that makes sense. I understand, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, in bargaining, I've had a client bargain with me before.
Yeah.
And while it's frustrating in some aspects, it was not as frustrating in others, because it was more of like thank you for being candid with me, because it wasn't in a disrespectful way at all.
Correct.
It was, would you be open to this? It was handled very appropriately, and I remember thanking her, number one, for doing it in the most respectful way possible, number two, for essentially having the balls to do it, like, because some people don't feel like they can, and so they don't, and so they're just like, okay, I'll accept it, whatever.
Yeah.
And they don't really understand why they're paying for what they're paying for, or they don't, I don't want to say they can't afford it, but they're like, oh, I really don't need to be spending this on this.
Yeah.
Is there any, I wish I could get it a little bit cheaper, but I don't want to ask. The approach is what made it okay for me to.
It's definitely the approach and the way they say it and come off.
Yes, because again, clients don't always feel like they can, and there's definitely instances where they can't. Like, no, I'm not going to bargain with you when you're asking me to cut off $2,000 from your full-on party setup. Absolutely not. Yeah. Now, if it's a small tweak of something, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
It is. Because you want to be understanding.
But questions don't hurt.
No.
And also, the answer no doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
So, it's okay to ask questions, but be prepared.
I mean, the worst we can say is no.
Exactly. Be prepared to get any answer.
Yeah.
But why not? I was at a conference the other day, and that was what one of the speakers said is, don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt you to ask. Just ask. You may get what you asked for.
Yeah.
You may not.
You
but
never know.
Definitely won't get it if you don't ask. So, just a little tad bit. Okay, so bargaining is definitely a red flag for a client. What about anything else?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
Or
lack of communication.
Okay.
I'm a big communicator. Like, I'll communicate with my clients nonstop, but lack of communication really gets me.
I agree. That's a big one for me as well. And I think it's the nature of this industry too.
Yeah.
Like, you're putting on an event for somebody. Your hand is in an event in somebody's life that they're paying for.
And these are big events. Like,
right.
These mean something. Like, they're important.
They're not hiring people, paying people money just for Thanksgiving or, like, no, it's a almost once in a lifetime something. Mm-hmm. So, yes, the communication, because you need to know what's in their head. Yeah. And I tell clients that.
And sometimes it's really hard to get into the,
Yeah. I say you cannot give me too much information. Yeah. I promise. You will not
the more the better.
Communicate too much to me. Now, if you're, up my butt constantly, what are you doing right this second for me? Yeah. No. Thankfully, I haven't had clients that are to that extreme. Yeah. But communication is always key. I think I say this in every episode. Communication is definitely
That's my big thing.
So, lack of communication. What about after booking them? Like, y'all sign contract, you're in the middle of planning process, and then something happens. Is there anything that's like, okay, this is like regretting hiring them as a client?
Luckily, I haven't had one that I've really regretted.
Okay.
Yet. Hopefully I don't get one. Hopefully I don't get one. It's pretty seamless. So, once they book with me, it's like, okay, I got you down. I'm going to follow up with you the week of your party, X, Y, and Z. If they have any questions, they know to reach me. They have social media. They have my business number. Like, very easy to get a hold of. And our weather policy is black and white on our website, on their contract, even on our questionnaire form before they book with us. Like, I want to make sure they are very, they're known about that.
And if they're concerned about the weather, I find it clients are much more in tune with the weather for their event because they're worried about something going wrong for their event.
And I watch the weather I'm the weatherman. Okay, and I think I know the weather better than the weatherman half the time because they don't know what's going on.
It's not going to do that. I know it's not going to do that.
Right. So, but yeah.
Okay. No, that makes sense. That's a good thing. That's a positive thing. Yeah. That you haven't had any. What about so we talked about your favorite theme. You haven't had any horrible clients.
Maybe our very first booking.
When you're still figuring out what works for you.
It was our very first booking. I was 2 weeks postpartum. Okay. Very first booking.
Oh, girl.
And it was
the things we do.
I was on a high. I was so pumped, man. Brand new business. I was so happy. Got my first client. It's like an hour and a half away. And so, we get there. It's in the middle of nowhere. And she rented this facility. I don't even think, she wasn't even there when we showed up. Okay. I was like, okay, whatever. So she just told me where she wanted it. I made it very clear to her, you cannot leave the bounce house alone. Do not deflate the bounce house either. It has to be just let me know when it's wrapping up because she didn't want to give me an exact time. She didn't know when the party was going to end. That's fine and dandy. That happens. I said, just give me a heads up because, we're this far out, etc. How about we get there? There's not a soul there. The bounce house is deflated. There's stuff everywhere.
This is your breakdown?
Yes. Nobody's there. It's just left out in this random place. Not a soul there. It's deflated. There is crap everywhere. I'm like, oh my goodness. Well, this is a learning. It was my very first booking.
And you went home and changed that contract.
Well, it was kind of already in my contract, but I guess I had to adjust some things. But it was definitely a learning curve. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope this isn't how every booking's going to be. And never had another one like it.
Okay.
Never had another experience. I guess I made it known.
Right.
From that point on, this is what I expect, from you when you book with us. But
that's wild. Yeah. That's a good question. Other than that moment, ideally, have you had anywhere when you leave, you're like, yep, I gotta add this clause or change this policy, tweak this here?
Oh yeah, that's always. So I had one. She was already on our schedule, and then I think it was 2 weeks prior. This is a long time ago. She was like, hey, by the way, I changed the venue. We're gonna do it on the beach. I was like, no, ma'am. I said, we can't set up a bounce house on a beach. Mm-mm. That's a liability. I can't stake it down.
I was gonna say you can't.
It's gonna blow away.
Down.
We get constant 35 miles per hour winds on the coast, you know. So that was one thing. Like I never thought I'd have to put can't set up on a beach in my contract. So I had to do that.
I don't think the beach ordinances will allow for one either.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen.
And you
it.
have to get a permit to host an event on the beach.
So that was
That's
a wild one.
Like wow, I didn't think.
I just don't think she thought of it. Like I don't think it was in her, you know, something she even thought of. But
now, don't hold me to this, but I think also that's just human nature because I'm almost positive that a box of Pop-Tarts has instructions that you have to open the box, open the package before consuming the product.
Yeah.
So people just
they don't
always use that thing in our head.
That's okay. That's what we're here for, though.
Yes, that's why you hire the professionals that have all the information. Okay, so once a client has booked you, I guess depending on what all information they've provided to you, what is your creative process? If we're setting up for a whole, they want everything.
They want everything. Okay, I want. What's your theme? What's your color scheme?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, we're going through all of this. Like, okay. Well, you don't. If
First
birthday. Theme is like number one. Okay, we got your theme down. Carnival. Okay, we want pastel carnival, or we do want like more traditional carnival. Is this boy or girl? Like that's gonna take part into the colors. So definitely like I want to go down the whole list, the whole shebang. Like your theme, your color palette. What do you want for entertainment? What do you want like kids tables and chairs? Do you need everything? Like do you need me to outsource the cake? Do you need me to outsource the cookies? Like what do you want to partake?
So you'll get vendors for clients if they need
it.
That.
Yeah. Is there something like what do you want to have control over? And then I'll have control over everything else.
That's a great question right there.
Like what do you want? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I want to deal with the cake because they know exactly what they want. They want to deal with the cake and the cookies and, you know, those little
or they had a cake
details.
at baby shower 2 months ago.
And they like that. Yeah. So that's totally fine. You handle that. I will handle everything else. And I will walk you through everything because I want to make sure you know what you're getting.
Right. I love that. What about creating mock-ups? What is your process for that? What do you
love
use?
it. I love and hate mock-ups. I love hate relationship with
Same.
mock-ups. They take so much time. That's what I hate about them. But at the same time, it really like lets me see. I'm not blind going into like a booking and setting it up. Obviously, I know in my head what I want it to look like, but the client doesn't. And I'm a visual person, and a lot of people are visual people. So I've noticed that like giving more mock-ups, they're not blinded on what they're receiving, if that makes sense. You know, they know what to expect.
Yeah. So. Have you had clients who, I guess didn't like the finished product in comparison to the mock-up, or said this doesn't match, or?
So not yet. I just started really doing mock-ups. So I haven't had that yet. I have had a mock-up where we've like
completely flipped.
Install. Not an install, but like, I guess like a week prior. Like we had to change the colors and all that because her daughter changed her mind, which is completely fine. But it wasn't like too bad. Like I couldn't handle it. Like I'd already had everything and it wasn't that much of a change. It was just a little bit of a tweak.
Yeah. That's a great question. What's the furthest out that a client can make changes like that? Do you have a policy for that?
Yeah, the balloons are already purchased. You're going to have to pay for, you know, newer, different colors or whatnot. So anything custom, if I've already made it, which I try not to until like the very last minute because I know people change their minds. Like I get it. So I try to wait as far out as I can for, you know, delivery and whatnot. But like if you're changing everything, like our cutouts, if they're already done, if you're changing decals, if it's already done, you have to pay for, you know, the new one because I've already spent the money on what we currently agreed on.
Do you let them know once they're at that point?
Oh, I send it. I got it made. Here's a picture of it. Look, we're gearing up for your party. Look what we have done so far. Yeah.
Balloon purchases too, I guess. Like, do you let them know, or do you keep balloons?
So
in stock,
I believe it is in my contract. Like we purchase balloons.
Yeah,
something like it's not. I don't even think it's that because I get balloons pretty quick. But yeah, once it's already purchased, if you want to decide to change your mind or whatnot, you just have to purchase. You have to pay for the new, you know, the colors that you were wanting.
Do you ever have clients who want to buy the like backdrops and stuff? They're like, no, I don't want to rent it. Like I want it.
I've had a few people reach out asking, like, where I get my backdrops from, which is fine. I don't, like, gatekeep anybody. But, like, also, it's kind of hard. They can't get up. Like, I have a wood guy in Georgia. Not even in the same state. So, but, like, you can make them.
I purchased it from a custom builder in another state.
You just have to, find somebody.
And then they're like, oh, okay. Can I have his contact information so I can build it? You know?
Yeah, right? So, I mean, the backdrop that I did make this past weekend, it was completely custom. Like, I had to make a little house. But I
saw your stories on that. That's right.
But it was foam board. I didn't use wood. Well, the amount of time that I got this booking, I couldn't do it with wood, but foam worked out perfectly. She kept it. Like, it was completely custom to her theme, and she wanted to keep it. I have no problem with that. I don't want to have to worry about storing it, and me reusing it is, like, more than likely not going to happen. So
right. And so I guess that would be considered like a special circumstance because it was foam board.
Yeah, and because it was more custom and tailored towards her party. So
that makes sense.
Like a lot of the cutouts that I do, if it's like custom, especially if it has their name.
Like an Elsa cutout or something.
You can keep it. Yeah. If you want it, you can have it. If they want the balloons, they can have it. If they want me to take them and get rid of them, I'll do that too.
Mm-hmm. So you talked about the bounce house at that first install there was stuff everywhere. What about leaving those things dirty? What's your worst?
It was probably that one.
Really?
No, my worst. It wasn't their fault. I mean, I don't think they knew, and it was something that was in my contract, but it wasn't like, I didn't say how many feet, I guess. But they had our bounce house, but they had a fire. It was a very cold day, and they had a fire pit. Well, the wind picked up. And when I tell you there was a black, what is it?
Soot?
Oh, it was everywhere. It was everywhere.
Soot is so hard to get off.
Yeah, and so we had to bleach. It was our combo. We had just gotten it not that long ago. It was fairly new, and that's our most popular rental. It is rented every weekend. And so when I tell you we had to bleach it for 3 days, it had to be in bright sun for 3 to 4 days. It took me hours and hours and hours. It wasn't their fault. They didn't know. It was in my contract, but it wasn't like black and white. I should have stated like exactly how far out. Okay, like I get it. It's cold.
Yeah.
But then like it was pretty right next to it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was everywhere.
I'm sure close enough too that it could have been a hazard that it would melt the vinyl or the plastic of the bounce house itself.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even if you put a fire 20 yards away and the wind picks up, those things still have to happen. But also having it explicitly stated in your contract,
there was actually
the client can still make the decision, okay, yeah, we'll still have the fire way over here, and I understand that that's an inherent risk I'm taking on because I can't control the wind.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't really like, okay, I'm going to have to charge you X, Y, and Z. I didn't. Probably should have. But I just took on that extra time of cleaning it.
Like, they knew, like, upon pickup?
No.
Oh, okay. So they didn't even.
No.
Oh.
And I feel bad because they did book with me again. And which was great because she was a good client. Don't get me wrong. But I think it was, like, alcohol involved, too. And that's never...
Right. Well, no, the bounce house. No. And a fire. Come on.
So communicating at that time wouldn't have done justice for anybody. So we just.
Well, that's the beauty of owning your own and being the small business in the way that we are is. As long as that's where the communication comes in. If the client, if you know everything that's going on in all the circumstances and situations, then you can make that call sometimes.
Yeah.
Is it worth losing a potential future customer over, or it's just going to take me a little bit longer to deal with it?
Yeah.
That does not mean ignore your vendor's rules by any means.
Yeah.
But if something happened, like accidents happen, and we're people too, and we understand that, and all it takes is communicating with us as the vendor to things that happen. Like, don't be negligent, but
yeah. I don't even think she realized, or maybe she did, and she just thought it would wipe up. I don't know, but
right, like just run the towel over it and it'll come up.
That was not the case.
not with soot from a dang fire.
I think it happened another time too, but like it was a fire, like a forest fire. And it was miles away and it traveled wind, but it wasn't nearly as bad. So, but yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of it.
I was going to say, that's the nature of that business. And that's part of the reason why you charge what you charge. Because you know the maintenance behind, once the event's over, y'all don't come up and sling it in the trailer and go home. Like,
no. And I think a lot of people think, oh, no, we clean it after every single booking. Like the standard traditional bounce house, they do not. They do not. And like every single time you are getting a squeaky clean bounce house. Sanitized.
Like you're not going to find crumbs in the cracks.
Correct.
Yeah. That's another big thing that I think clients don't always understand about most vendors in the industry at all is when we go home at the end of the night, the work isn't over.
No.
For your decorator, for your florist, for your DJ even. They've got to go home and figure out, resort all their cords for your catering, especially your photographer. Like,
oh, yeah.
There is
steps.
The job isn't over when the event is over. For any of us, for the most part. Your officiant, maybe. No, not even your officiant. He's got to mail off your marriage license legally. Oh, you said something that made me think of another question. Oh, how often have you had to charge extra or more after the fact?
There's been a couple of times. It's paint. That's our biggest thing.
Really?
Paint. That is, I think, face painting. Face painting is our biggest thing. And I think that's like one of the things that deter people, because that's on my questionnaire form before you even book with us. Will there be painting at your party? And if they, say yes, it's like, okay, hey, thank you so much for inquiring with us. Unfortunately, we cannot book or move forward with any parties that involved any form of painting. It stains. It's a vinyl, so like it engraves into the material, and you cannot get it up.
It's not a matter of taking acetone to it or something.
No, it is stained for life. So that's a big one.
Because that's a big thing at children's birthday parties.
Yeah,
it's face painting.
It's face painting. I remember one time we had worked with a event planner, and we're setting up, and we've already done set it up. So the other vendors are trying to come in, and I see face painting. I'm like, no. And so I go up to I was like, hey, I see that you have face painting. This is our biggest rule in our contract. We do not even set up for any parties that involve any form of painting.
Like it would have been an automatic decline if it had been
and she was like,
properly.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I booked them after I booked you. And I was like, this is a big no-no. And she's like, let me see what I can do. And so we came with, obviously we still don't do this for future bookings, but this was just in this point of time.
This was a special circumstance.
Yes. And she was like, what if we just use white paint? She was like, we'll just do white paint. I was like, okay, whatever. And she's like, well, they'll just get their face painted after they bounce or at the end of the party.
Or like, you're not allowed back on the bounce house once you get your face painted.
And I was like, okay, that's fine. If you want to use the white paint, that's fine. But I'm also okay with them getting their face paint after they're done jumping. That's if they want to do color or whatever, because white's kind of boring. Like, and I believe it was a carnival theme. I'm almost certain it was a carnival theme party. And so, yeah. But luckily, I mean, when we got back, that was the cleanest our bounce house has ever looked.
She was like, ain't no way. This is not falling on my screw up.
She was so cool. She understood. It was a mistake. And she was like,
I'm sure her heart went into her butt when you walked up and said that. Like, oh my gosh.
She just didn't realize.
The client, about it. Right. The client had that expectation at this point that I get this, and this. Yeah. And so.
And it wasn't the client. Like, I was dealing with the event planner at that point. And so, yeah. It worked out.
Well, good on her for
she definitely
not trying to pass blame, number one, and number two, like, all right, here's what we can do. Like,
she was trying to make a solution, and then she kept following up with me. Is everything good? Do I need to pay for it? Like, she was awesome. She was really cool.
Well, that's why you need to hire quality vendors, because those types of things do happen, and that was just a oversight that is super easy to have happened. I mean, that's crazy. That makes sense, though.
It worked out.
Face painting. How often do you have clients lie on that questionnaire about that?
Oh, girl. Not all.
Or maybe not lie on the questionnaire, but a similar situation to that. Like, okay, I'm booking my bounce house first.
So it's kind of funny because in my questionnaire, I probably shouldn't say this. So in my questionnaire, I don't put we won't further bookings if we have face painting. I'm just blatantly asking, will there be any form of painting? And so they just have to put yes or no. So I haven't really,
it doesn't tell the client
no
that we're going to say no.
Exactly, because I want them to be honest with me.
That makes sense.
And so then if they do say yes, that's when I go, like after the questionnaire form, I'll text and be like, hey, unfortunately, we cannot move forward if you have,
Okay.
I see that you have this on your, your questionnaire. So, I have had like maybe one or two sneak it in.
You show up.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, inspect the bounce house for one. Because the deed's been done.
Right.
Like, there's nothing I can do.
You mean
the
when
deed's
you show up for breakdown.
Yeah, the deeds have already been done. Because I'm typically there before anybody else is, like all the other vendors. And so once the deed's been done, the painting's already there. There's nothing I can do except inspect my bounce house. And as long as it's good, then whatever, I'm going to move. I'm going to obviously let the client know that, like, hey, I know you had painting. Thankfully, nothing happened. But for future reference, this is why we can't,
right.
book for,
Have you ever walked up in there and there's paint?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
That's when you charge them.
Yeah, I'll charge them if I can't get it off. If I can get it off, I'm not gonna charge you. But if I can't get that paint off, you are getting charged.
Yeah, well, it's a really big investment.
Yeah.
Have you had to replace any?
Yes, I have one that has a hole in it.
Oh no. What's the lifespan of them on average?
It depends on how you take care of them. You have to take care of these things. They can last for a while, for a few years. I have one, though, for whatever reason. It's just this one. It's one of my newer ones, but it gets the most wear and tear.
Huh.
I don't understand. It's just, I guess. But it has, like, a dime-size hole in the very front. It's got a patch on it, but, like...
The patch isn't forever.
Yeah, but it's to the point, it's like, okay, that's the one that stays in the back. We only use that one for emergency.
How, do you purchase them all from the same vendor?
Yes. I have a wholesaler that I go through. They are
Is that
great.
who you originally started with?
Yep, that's who I originally started. I searched high and low for one because I didn't want to order overseas. So all of my equipment is from the U.S.
That's cool.
I don't have anything from overseas at all, so I'm very proud of that. And so I worked really well with this wholesaler. I don't have an issue with them. I kind of keep they're my top secret. I don't tell anybody who they are.
I will gatekeep that.
Yes, I will gatekeep that.
Do you know? I don't know actually. Have more popped up down here on the coast?
Yes.
Really?
So, to my knowledge, I was the very first one. Because I searched
high and low.
I searched everywhere, and I couldn't find anybody. And so, of course.
If somebody had one, it wasn't like a business that they advertised.
Exactly,
It was just,
yeah.
oh, I know so-and-so that has one, and they rent it for this much.
Yeah.
Like a word-of-mouth type thing.
Correct. And so, but I wanted like a commercial style one. And so, to my knowledge, I was the very first one. And I was very proud of that. Oh, of course, people, they see, they're like, oh, I can do that too, which is fine. I can't say everybody's still doing it. Because they don't see all the hard work that goes into it.
Right.
It's not just setting up and, oh, yay, I did it. I got paid. My job's done. Let me go home. No, that is not the case.
Right.
So much more that goes into it. And that's the part that they don't see. But, like, before I went into this, I was pregnant and crazy, thought about buying a white bounce house. But, like, I really did my research.
Right.
I, scoured the internet. And I followed all these other people in metropolitan cities and watched their businesses and ask them questions. Like, I definitely did my research before I jumped into it.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get your pricing structure where you wanted it? Like, did you change it often?
The bounce houses I've never changed.
Okay.
I've had my prices since day one. I've never changed them. I've never gone up just because I really feel like I've priced them appropriately for sure. I definitely did my research on those. So, that's another thing that I think separates me from others. I don't charge by the hour. Like a lot of other people, they're like, oh, it's 4 hours and it's this price. That puts more pressure on me, the way I think about it. It's like, oh, I have to pick it up at this time. I have to drop off at this time. I'm going to drop off in the morning. You get it all day, and I pick up at this time.
Like, let me know when the event is. Well, and you've structured your questionnaire with that information. What about with, like, the balloons and the backdrops and the more custom things? Like, how have you gotten to where you're at in that pricing structure? Because I know it can be by the foot. It can
Yeah.
be like a pre-selected menu.
Yeah. So, I mean, balloons have definitely gone up because my style and my quality
As
of my
your
work
experience has-
yes. So those have definitely gone up. And then a lot of the custom things, I mean, still prices change because it's custom. So it's not something I use.
I need to know what you want so I can figure out how long it's going to take me the materials I need.
Yes, correct. And backdrops have pretty much been the same for the most part. Yeah, I mean, it's just really more of the custom things and the balloons that have fluctuated a little bit.
Can you walk me through your process in creating a balloon garland? Is that too much? You can gatekeep a little bit of that information.
I don't use the same formula. I don't use the same formula every time. So, like,
why?
Because it depends on what I'm setting it up for. So, like, if I'm doing a balloon garland for my bounce house, my formula is completely different.
Okay.
Because I really need a thicker garland because my columns on my bounce houses are larger. Okay. So I need to cover that, if that makes sense. I need to cover that surface area. So, like, I'll use more 17 inches.
Or what it's adhering to, I guess.
Yeah. So I'll use more 17 inches and 11 inches in my garlands for my my bounce house. I've changed a little bit, too. Like, I'm tweaking. I'm learning some new things. And so right now, definitely not every formula is the same.
It's so different. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense where it's going to be installed, what it's installed on, how long is it going to sit there, inside or outside.
Is it freestanding? Is it going to be on a wall?
Right.
Yeah.
How far in advance do you inflate them?
Oh, that depends on how many I have in the week. If I have like a good bit for the weekend, I'll probably start on Tuesday.
Okay.
And then they'll last for months if they're inside, you know. And so yeah, it just depends roughly how many I have.
Do you have clients who have gone with a balloon garland with you, and that was their intent, was it's going to remain installed here for as long as humanly possible?
Yeah.
Did they tell you that ahead of time so you I don't want to say try harder, but maybe use a different product that you know is known for that? Or
so it's obviously it also depends on the weather. So like I did an install for the church, and I had to install I think the week before Thanksgiving, but it was for Christmas.
Okay.
So it had to last the entire.
You knew this has to
last
be up
the
for
entire
over a
month and a half. I think it was, and so obviously I used the same high quality brand balloons that I know their quality, and however the weather plays a big factor. It got really really cold, and when it's cold, balloons shrink. When it's hot, balloons they expand. And so I had to go back in there and just like tweak a few because it got so cold and they don't leave their heater on. And so it was like.
Well, and doors opening and closing.
Yeah,
like it's not a sealed room.
Correct. Yeah.
No
so definitely, I
draft.
definitely had to go back, which is fine. That's one thing I also don't promote is like you technically have insurance when you book with me. Like balloon wise, if anything happens, like I'll come back and fix it, whatever. So yeah, I just had to go back and tweak a few things. And
within, that's an interesting thing that you just said. A lot of people don't realize that they have insurance on it. So within like, obviously you're not going to show up like in the middle of the party and fix it, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't also promote it because people will take advantage of it. Like I hate to say that, but yeah, like I had this one guy. It was so sweet. He did a balloon garland for I forgot, she was coming home from a work trip or whatnot. Anyway, he was surprising her with
like a welcome home.
Yeah, like an event.
That's so sweet.
And so I installed it on the wall, but the material of his wall was so coarse and rough. And so like I'm using every material, command hook, tape, and everything to structure it. So I'm pulling on it and I'm like, oh, this thing's not leaving. Like I have full hope it's gonna stay on. And so it's up there and he loves it and whatnot. And I leave, and maybe like 45 minutes later, he calls me. He's like, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry to call you, but for some reason it's falling and I can't get it back up. I was like, I'm right there. I'm on my way.
Because you knew.
Like I knew it wasn't his fault. It wasn't my fault. It was just like
the circumstances.
And so I went and got some new material and whatnot, and that thing wasn't coming off after that. But yeah, so. And it was like a 45-minute drive for me. But
that's specific situation that it's where that made sense.
Yeah,
I guess.
for sure.
So, like, if a client tries to change things after you leave and messes it up, they can't call you and say, hey, I need you to come back and fix it because you're going to be like, this is your fault.
Yeah,
that you
like,
have done this.
And that's one thing, like, I make sure every booking before I leave, I want to make sure you like it. I will not leave without asking your opinion.
Like, what can I tweak? Do I need to tweak anything?
How
you're not going to hurt my feelings. Just let me know. I would rather fix it than you try to.
For sure. So, like, I want to make sure you like it and it's to your standards, and we're good.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, you made me think of something. Oh, or that's kind of like bakeries. They, like, once it leaves my counter, like, if you're picking it up, or once I leave site, like, what happens to it is on you. Like, you
for
can't
pickup,
call me back.
Yes. For pickups, for sure. Like, we do a lot of helium bouquets. By the way, that's a lot of people don't know we do helium balloons. We have a commercial helium tank. And so, like, helium bouquets or grab and goes, once it leaves my premises, it's your responsibility.
When it's not a custom something that I'm installing.
When I'm not installing it myself, yes, that is your responsibility on whatever happens to it.
What about that helium tank?
It's really cool. I'm very proud of it.
When did you start doing helium? Was it difficult to get into that? How hard was it to get a commercial helium tank?
Well, I was having to inflate some balloons for some bookings, and I was like, gosh, this is expensive. Helium is it's insane.
Helium is crazy.
Yeah, and there's a shortage too half the time,
yes.
which I don't understand. And then Party City was also closing down, which was putting me in a bind. I was like, okay, maybe I just need to get a helium tank.
Let me look into it.
It wasn't something I was really going to get, but I looked into it. Even that was absolutely insane. It almost cost as much as a bounce house. But anyway, I got a helium tank, and it's been fun, though, learning that balloon
world, sector. Do you, you have to, like, go... do you have to have it revealed?
Yes.
How does that work?
Yes.
How often?
So I have to go to the gas company, and, like, you have this whole liability thing because it's a gas.
Yeah.
And they are not, it's so crazy because they can't pick up the tank. Like, I have to physically be able to pick up the tank and bring it in, and then I have to take the tank and roll it into my truck. This thing is like 150 pounds. It is so heavy.
But like you said, a liability thing, like they can't handle. Yeah. All they can do is like hook their nozzle up to it, turn it on, and then unhook their equipment. They can't touch your equipment.
Yeah, and then I have to pay insurance every year on it. Like, it's a lot more that goes into it than I fully inspected, but it's been fun.
Yeah. Well, and the client has no idea of that.
Yeah. But also they don't understand the cost. It's just air. That's what I thought. It's just air, but no, it's...
No, there's no way.
It's expensive.
There's a shortage of it, so...
Yeah.
That's interesting. I knew that you did helium, but I wasn't, like, actively thinking about that.
Yeah, and so in Long Beach, we have what's called grad night for the seniors, and it's, like, really big. And each senior gets their own helium bouquet, and that the parents design. Like, they pick which... And so that's been really fun. We did our first one last year.
That's really cool. Like, the school system contracted you
so
to
no,
do
the parents. It's actually the parents' responsibility to get the helium bouquets for their kids. And
it's just a tradition.
It's just a tradition they've had for years, and I forgot about it. Completely forgot about it, and didn't realize until like maybe a couple weeks before grad night. And so I advertised it on our Long Beach community Facebook page, and it blew up. Like, it was crazy. And I was gonna cap myself, right? Because Party City was closing down. Like, it was.
So you knew they were going to be needing to find new people rather than just let me run to Party City last minute.
Correct. And so that's one of the things that benefit me about Party City. And so I was capping myself that I was only going to take so many. Well, I felt bad. Morning of, I'm getting these last minute because people forgot. They weren't realizing that Party City wasn't going to be there. But that was fun. I have a 16-foot trailer, and it was slam full of helium bouquets.
That's so fun.
And I delivered them too. I mean, the school was like 5 minutes from the house, so I just delivered them, and yeah, it was fun. It was quite cool.
So this year's gonna be even bigger.
Yeah, this year I'm strategically planning to. Yeah.
You're talking about Party City. So what about what was their quality of balloon?
Mine was definitely more personal,
or not necessarily for the bouquets, but. Like, in general.
Like their balloons?
Yeah, because they used to have, like, the little bins and you can go in and you could grab.
Yeah, those are just, like, basic.
Is it just, like, Amazon packs?
I don't know. I don't know what they are. It's, like, balloons you could buy from Walmart,
Okay.
too. They weren't, like, Tough Tex, Snipper Tex, like,
right.
all those high-quality name brand balloons. No.
Got it.
Mm-mm.
But they had all of the balloon.
Yeah. It was just more, they're convenient. They're convenient.
Right.
That's what people like is convenience.
Yeah. No, I mean, that makes sense. In the same way that you could buy balloons from Walmart, too. Also, Dollar Tree used to blow up balloons if you brought them to them.
Dollar General. I think
Is
it's
it
Dollar General. Yeah.
I don't know. One of them used to, and they didn't anymore.
Yeah, I think it's Dollar General. I don't know.
And then I think Party City would for a fee.
Yes, Party City would for a fee. But now, if you've noticed, since Party City has closed down, all these other stores are starting to do helium. Michael's, I think, Walmart.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Now their prices are up there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Being in the industry, I feel like I'm aware of them, and like where they can be purchased from, online retailers, that type of thing.
Yeah.
How often do you come across clients that are aware of that?
I've come across a few, which is totally fine. I mean, it's not something you can't, I guess, learn. Yeah. I mean, the internet, it's all
right. Right.
But I mean, which is totally fine if they know. There's been some that have come up to me. They're like, "Hey, I want Tough Tex baby pink." I'm like, "Oh, you know what you're talking about. I got you." Like,
or two, maybe they in their research they see a garland, and then the garland. Oh, I love that garland. I want to replicate it. What are the colors that we're using so that they can find that information, and then artists will list out what brand and color palette that they use, and you can go online and you can see those colors because they range from the different brands, and it's called the same color, but
it's not the same color. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same.
How much do you keep in inventory at any one time?
A lot.
I
mean, a lot. I actually, we're in the process of we no longer have a spare bedroom. It's going to be my balloon room. I just ordered all the containers, the shelving unit, and everything. And so, yeah.
Because right now your office space is
my home.
All of it.
It's all over the place, and I'm like, I need more structure. I need a space.
Yeah. Well, I remember y'all's process last year of enclosing your patio.
Which we did. We enclosed it, but I have 2 little girls now, and it's their playroom, which is fine. They totally need it. And I have it's this big room, and now I have this little bitty corner and toys everywhere. So, but it's fine. I mean, our guest room, we just don't have a guest room anymore.
Yeah. Or
we have a pull-out couch. It's fine.
I was going to say
a pull-out couch
or like one of those Murphy beds or something. My husband and I are exploring that for my office in our home because it would technically be the spare bedroom. But once my girls are old enough to want their own bedroom, and we're going to need that third bedroom.
My husband and I talked about it's it's a space that it's not getting utilized on a daily basis. Yeah, it occasionally when, we have family visit or whoever, but that's it.
You'll cross those hurdles when they get there.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree completely. You should have been done that. So
I know.
Set up all your pretty containers.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm going to record. I'm going to post. Oh, get ready. Get ready for all the content.
Multi-part series. Watch me set up my in-home.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Balloon
I think the containers are coming in today.
Oh, that is really exciting. Can you tell we're type A a little bit?
The things that get excited. Oh, or color, yes. Color coordinated.
And
rainbow.
they're like clear so you're able to see the color through.
Yes, girl. And they're sectioned, so every size, yes.
I love it. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm excited to see this process then. Okay. All right. So before we wrap up, what about, I guess, how many events do you think you guys do a year? What's your number that you want to stay at?
So it's actually quite funny. I think it was either our first or second year, we did more events than we have been, but that's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's actually because our events have gotten larger. I've taken on less. So the thing is,
you weren't just accepting anything that went your way.
No. That's one thing I definitely have learned too the past couple of years. It's not everybody is my type of client.
Right.
And that's totally fine. So our bookings have gotten larger. And so I'm not going to overwhelm myself with a bunch of bookings. Yes, okay, so the date you are needing, I possibly have that whatever it is available, but my time is focused on these other bookings. So I'm not going to overwhelm myself. So I'm just not. I'm going to refer you to somebody else. I just can't take you on right now.
Right.
Because I don't want to. That's not fair to my other.
Oh, it's not fair. Like you said.
Yeah, like I want to give them my full attention, my full focus. I don't want to be overwhelmed with 15 bookings in one. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's not realistic, and it is going to begin to impact the quality of your
the work. Yeah.
That your other clients booked you for.
And that's not fair. No.
Right.
And I want my best at every booking.
Right.
And I am at every single booking. I think there's only one booking I've missed, and that's because I gave birth.
I was going to say.
I
remember the post.
I've never missed a booking ever.
Well, guys, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to this.
Yeah.
Well, if nobody listens to anything that we've talked about in this entire episode, what is one big takeaway that you want potential clients to understand or know about your world in this industry? And what would be some pieces of advice that you would want to give to somebody that was considering opening a similar business or joining the industry in that way?
Do your research, for sure. Don't just, I just kind of jumped into it, but then, definitely do your research.
But being a type A, you automatically, you were that type anyway, like to do the research.
Yes, so definitely do your research, because it's not all rainbows and sunshine. It's work. Mm-hmm. It's not like, and you work every weekend. That's what a lot of people don't realize.
Yes,
I
in this
work
industry
every single weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
And if I want a weekend off, I have to physically close. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I've closed.
Have the foresight to plan to have that weekend off with enough notice so that you don't get a booking. Like, you can't say, oh my gosh, I really would love to have next weekend off because you had a client book that weekend 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. That's a good question. How far in advance do clients typically book?
Oh, loads. Like I have one client, I mean, she books every time about 7 to 8 months in advance, which is great. I love that. I love that. Do it or encourage it. It's the last minute ones that are like, okay.
On average, though, probably a couple of months.
Yeah, definitely a couple of months for sure.
Okay. How many events do you normally take on in a weekend?
So, again, it depends. Like, if it's just like basics, set up a bounce house and a balloon garland, I'll take on like 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. I mean, because I have 4 bounce houses, but, I'll rent them all out. It doesn't matter. If it's like larger installs, I don't know if you saw like that big 4th of July one I did. I think I only took on 2 that day. Like if they're larger
and it
installs,
was probably big setup for that one and then just bounce house.
Yeah, just a bounce house for another, which is fine. But like typically my larger ones, they're renting out half my inventory. So like I don't have much to go out anyway. They got my backdrops. They have my soft play, my ball pit, my my bounce house. Like I'm booked up. Mm-hmm. I'll be there for a few hours. I don't have time to. And
how long do you have access to set up? Probably plays a big factor as well. Like, can I come in Wednesday and set everything up, and then party's not till Saturday, so I can do other setups on Thursday and Friday? Like,
So it's typically it depends. Like my bounce houses, I don't leave overnight. That's it. They won't last that long. They can't. I mean, plus that
makes sense.
Yeah. No, and then animals, they'll be stomping all over that. They'd be, no.
a raccoon family moving in for the night.
So we definitely don't leave those overnight. They are picked up the same day every single time.
What's the furthest you've traveled?
We've gone to Hattiesburg. We went to Mobile. Well, we're in Long Beach, so I mean, I think
Mobile's a distance then.
Mobile's a distance for me. So, I think Hattiesburg is maybe the furthest we've gone.
What about inquiries? Have you gotten like inquiries for further?
Yes,
and then
I do.
Oh wait, I didn't realize. Or
I mean, Madison. I get inquiries for Madison all the time.
I'm not surprised.
So
I'm from that area.
Somebody in Madison needs to. I found that.
Well, people want that area of the state is a little bit of a higher end. Area.
They are.
So that clientele. Number one, they can afford it. Number two, they want the big
they
party
want it.
setup
They
for
do.
every setup.
I would if I could, but that's just way too far. Yeah.
Would you ever take one on, like if they're like, no, we want you, we'll pay whatever.
I mean, the price is right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah. Because, like, when we traveled...
How do you calculate travel?
So,
like, what does that look like?
The one that we did in Hasbro was actually for a wedding. So, it's pretty far. I mean, it's about 2 hours, I think, from where I'm at. I have to block out that day. So, I have to make it worth it.
Right.
Because I can't
not take on other bookings.
I can't take on other bookings. I mean, yeah, a lot of people will say, oh, we'll hire somebody else to do it. We have. It doesn't work out. So, luckily, I've had, like, my family help a lot. But, again, I am at every single booking. And so...
It's hard to relinquish that control, too.
Yes.
Control over the quality of what the client has booked.
For sure.
So, I get that.
So, pricing it out, I have to make sure it's going to be worth it for me to not be able to take on other clients. So, we definitely do a travel fee. So, typically with our bounce houses, our soft play, and our ball pit, I don't charge for travel and delivery within a 30-mile radius.
Okay.
But once it reaches outside of that, we do it based off, mileage.
Actual mileage.
Yeah.
Just a calculation.
Yep, calculation. Yep.
Okay.
It's not like
everybody does things different. Like some people like within the 3 coastal counties, no travel, or within an hour of wherever. Yep. So, I like to ask.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, so for advice for anybody who's interested in possibly joining the industry, creating their own type of business in a similar structure, do your research.
Do your research.
Always do your research.
You definitely want to be licensed and insured. That's number one. Search for insurance because that's like way harder.
Don't be afraid to shop around for insurance.
Well, not only that, you got to make sure you're going to get accepted. Not every insurance is going to accept you because it's different.
Yes.
So I definitely had to shop around because I got declined multiple times because our bounce house is not the traditional inflatable. So definitely shop around for insurance before you do anything.
Before you make any
that
you can't go back on.
And then social media, I think is the biggest thing because that's what makes you credited too. If you don't have like social media or a website, like people want to see your work.
Yes.
Even if you have to, before you even get started, if you have to just like make a fake party. I did that before like I even got my first booking. I made a fake party in my backyard and like made, promo photos and whatnot.
Advertisement, legit advertisement, not just, well, we can provide this. It's like you said, people want to see what you can do and not necessarily, I mean, don't put yourself in a hole to put together a fake party, but like utilize your resources that you have. And I feel like once you're at that point, you're in it and you're on this path and are going to stay on this path. So it's worth taking those extra steps for. Yeah. But
get a contract together.
That's
a big, big thing. Definitely want to make sure you get your contract together. So contract, insurance, research, get your LLC, all the good things.
What do you want them to remember about you, this business, this episode, if they don't listen to anything else?
I am here for you, like 100%. Like, I am here to throw you or give you your dream party. I want it to be memorable. That's the biggest thing. Like, I want every party or setup, I want it to be memorable for you, your grandma, the child. I mean, I am here for you 100%. And I want you to love what you receive and love the quality. Like, definitely tell me if I need to change something. Like, I want to know.
Communicate.
Yeah, communicate.
Always.
Communication is key.
No, I love that. I think that's a mark. I mean, that's showing, like, you love this.
Yes,
you
I truly, I live, breathe, and eat. Mountain style.
Like, this is fun.
Yeah.
It's
my full-time. It's my full-time gig too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, it's not a job. Like, you really enjoy creating these experiences for people.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that shows. Like, you did all the research, you created all the things like you were supposed to, and you show a cohesive product.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people realize the hoops I will jump through for you. Yeah.
Just ask.
I will.
You won't get it if you don't ask. Okay. Was there anything else that you want to add?
book with Bounce with Style.
Yes, that's a great
Yes.
one. So I'll link all of your socials and such, website, all of that in the show notes. But how can people book with you?
Yeah, so I mean, you can go to our website, www.bouncewithstyle.com. Easy peasy inquiry form, and then I will definitely follow up ASAP. That's another thing. I will follow up very quickly. You can also text us or call us at 228-437-1705. We also have our Facebook page, Bounce with Style. So all those areas were super easy to reach.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. I think we had a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Insights,
Thank you
different
for
than just
having me.
typical wedding stuff. So.
Loved it.
All right, I will see you guys at the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Hitch List. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share your wins and woes. I want to celebrate or commiserate with you. Until next time, where creativity meets celebration and details matter. Want to be featured as an event vendor on The Hitch List? Send me a message. I'd love to share your stories and behind-the-scenes moments.